Hello, welcome to the short practice of connecting to the body and turning inward and slowing down and really finding this nourishment that you're looking for in your body and in your life. So we will do a very similar practice as you have maybe seen in the dynamic video. Essentially, this is to help differentiate between the different types of movement and how they can best benefit the body. So say you're feeling a little dissociated or frazzled or emotionally overwhelmed, checked out, numb could be a feeling that you're feeling. This would be a really nice grounding sequence to get into the body gently and easily. So let's start in a comfortable seat here. Palms can be on the lap, and we're going to gently move through some poses that will open up the sides of the neck. So take a huge breath in here, first and foremost. Open mouth exhale, just dump it out. Beautiful, huge breath in. Mouth closed, exhale out through the nose. Awesome. Drop the right ear down towards the shoulder. So creating some expansion in the left side of the neck. We're just going to hold here for a few rounds of breath. With every inhale, I want you to send the breath to this part of the body. So already in this pose, maybe you're experiencing some stretch happening over here. So often we carry so much stress in our neck and in our shoulders, and we can get tension built up in our tissues in the forms of adhesions. And the adhesions are what help to build this tightness in the body. They influence this tightness and tension. And so gentle stretching and even self-massage or massage through an experienced practitioner can help rub out some of those tender, tense, tight areas full of adhesions. So if you're looking for a little bit more here, don't push it, but maybe you bring the right palm to the top of the head just to add the weight of the hand. So we're certainly not forcing and pulling our head down towards the right shoulder, but maybe just utilizing the weight of the hand and allowing gravity to be our friend here in this pose to provide a little more stretch and connection in this static hold here for the left side of the neck. Take one more huge breath in. Send it directly to this spot on the body. And then as you exhale, utilize the breath to release any excess tension. Fabulous. Bring the right palm back down to the mat. Actually, bring it to the right side of the face, the cheek, and we're going to use the palm to lift the head up. Yes. Let's take care of ourselves really tenderly and really graciously here. And drop the left palm outside the hip, and we're going to take the left ear down towards the left shoulder. So taking it to the other side. So already, maybe this side feels a bit different than what you experienced on the other side. Know that that's okay. We all carry different holding patterns in ways in which we carry tension or ways in which we utilize our muscles. Simply observing and noticing here. Sending the breath to the right side of the neck. Big inhale through the nose. Saturate this spot, this part of your body with breath. And then as you exhale, maybe you soften the ear down towards the shoulder just a little bit more as you utilize the breath to release some tension. Big breath in. Exhale, deepening the stretch. And if you have the range, feel free to bring the palm to the top of the head. If you're looking for just a little bit more, if you're comfy where you are, stay there. Keep breathing, keep feeling, keep stretching. I can feel my heartbeat slowing down. Everything is feeling a lot more connected, more regulated. I feel more in my body. So maybe take a quick scan and see if anything is already beginning to shift for you just a little bit. When you're ready, use the left palm to lift the head back up to center, taking care of ourselves very gently. And then drop the chin down towards the chest, getting into the back of the neck here. So pause, chin to chest, and then think about pulling the chin back and up. So finding this probably really pretty double, triple chin action here, but no one's judging. Come back to the breath. Take 3 full rounds of breath right here in this pose. It might seem like we're not doing much at all, but really there's a lot happening here. When we're in static holds and we're holding poses for any duration of time, it gives the body the opportunity to soften at a much deeper level. Softening, like we get through the muscles, and then we begin to reach tendons, ligaments, and other aspects of our body that quick, dynamic, flowy movements don't necessarily grant us access to. That's why it's really important to find this harmony between being still and finding movement in our body. Stay for one more full round of breath here. Fill the back of the neck with breath. And then as you exhale, settle deeper into the mat. Get heavier. Beautiful. With your inhale, bring the left palm to the forehead. Gently press yourself back up to center. Moving into our side stretch. So plant the right hand outside the right hip. Reach up through this left arm and take a side bend over towards the right. So really rooting down through the left sit bone, getting heavy in the sacrum, in the sit bones, the pelvis, and begin to reach up and over towards the right. So notice if your shoulder is beginning to creep forward. You might even use the right hand to press the left shoulder back just a little bit to create more space and expansion in the chest. So in this pose here, this shape, I want you to send the breath, see if it'll reach down towards the hip. So inhale to fill the lungs. It expands the ribs. Maybe it reaches past the belly. And maybe it gets close down to the left hip, the junction between the torso and the leg. And then as you exhale, maybe you feel the breath retract and pull all the way back in as it exhales out the body through the nose. Huge breath in here in this hold. And then as you exhale, gently release, soften, deepen the stretch. What can open up just a little bit further here? Where can you ground? On your next inhale, bring the right hand back up to center. We're going to take it to the other side. So plant this left palm out beside the hip, reach up through the right arm, keeping length in the spine, begin to exhale as you extend over towards the left. Check in on that right shoulder, roll it back and open. Left shoulder softens down and away from the ear. Getting heavy in the sit bones, the areas connected to the mat beneath you. And then now connecting with the breath. So inviting in this magical healing salve, this beautiful superpower that lives within us. This is the soother of our nervous system. Down regulates any stress response, fight or flight mode. It allows us to come back into the body. I always say the breath is our greatest tool. You can take as many breaths as you want. They are free, they are abundant, and they are so deeply healing. So notice where the breath is traveling on this side. Does it reach past the ribs, down towards the belly? Maybe it gets deep into that right thigh, right hip. Then feel the breath pull the way up and then back out through the nose. Notice what's coming forward for you in these longer poses, these holds. Maybe the mind is beginning to wander. Follow it around. Notice what you're thinking about. Just observe. Just acknowledge it. That's nice. And then come back to the breath. Inhale brings the palms back upward, down to the side of the body. Moving into a low lunge. This will be really great to open up the hips. So situate yourself with the palms and the feet on, the palms and the knees on the mat. You can tuck the toes and then go ahead and lift the hips. We'll do a short down dog here to serve as our transition. But rather than moving, let's stay as still as possible. Connecting with the breath here. And notice what's shifting inside of you now that we've transitioned into a bit of an inversion here. Inversion meaning the heart is above the head. Maybe you feel the blood flowing differently. Maybe there's a little heat building just simply by turning the body upside down. And then when you're ready, pull the right foot forward, back knee comes down and connects to the mat. Moving into this lunge here on the right. So reaching forward through the hips. We've got a big bend in this right knee. And the right knee is reaching out. So if we're opening a jar of pickles and we're rotating it to the right with our right palm, that's the direction in which our knee is pulling. We want it to track towards the outside edge of the foot. The hands can come to the hips. That might feel nice. We're going to be here for 3 full breaths. Notice what's coming forward for you. Reconnect to the breath if you've lost it. I have a big opening happening in my left front hip. Feels wonderful and slightly uncomfortable too. So if you're on that edge of comfort and discomfort, that's wonderful. Find that edge. We never want to experience pain. So if you are experiencing pain, back off just a little bit. Create a little more comfort. Maybe your body's beginning to talk a little bit with some shakes. And then begin to shift the hips back towards the heels. Opening up the back side of the right leg in this half splits situation. So again, we want to be as still as possible. We have a tall chest, tall spine as we are bowing over this front leg. Connect to the breath. Notice the heart. Do you feel it beating? Where do you feel it beating? How is it beating? What sensations are you experiencing in the back of this right leg? Check in. Still, static yoga practices are wonderful for tuning into the body and simply observing, being the witness, checking in, and it offers a powerful opportunity to create comfort in what could be uncomfortable shapes, uncomfortable moments of stillness and silence. One more full round of breath here. Gently walk the hands forward. We're going to step that right foot back, down dog. Just feel the sensation cascade down the legs here. Don't move. Be still. We'll take it to the other side. Left foot comes forward. Plant the right knee. Starting in our low lunge. Get comfy. Find your edge. Bending through that left knee. Knees tractioning outward. Bring attention to the front of the right hip here. Maybe sending your breath to this area. A huge breath in through the nose. Filling the lungs, the ribs, the belly. Maybe you saturate this spot with breath. Then as you exhale, how can you soften and deepen this stretch just a little bit more to find deeper connection and opening? Notice how your body is responding. Mine is beginning to shake. I've heard the shaking response is an example of one way of how unprocessed emotion and stuck traumas release from the body. So embrace the shake. Then plant the hands, shift the hips back into our half splits. We have a tall upper body here as we bow over this straight left leg, toes reaching up. Reconnecting with the breath. Check in on the side bodies and the neck. Remember when we opened those up just a few poses ago? How do they feel in this shape now that we're adding on the legs? I'm feeling really, really nice and open. Starting to feel ooey and gooey and wonderful in my body. One more full round of breath. Nice and slow, there's no rush. Beautiful. Walk the hands forward. You can turn to a seated position. Let's check in for a moment here. Then bring the hands to center. Connect the palms. Take them up overhead. We're going to take a big heart opener here. So as you exhale, peel the arms apart, opening the chest. So we've got a cactus arm situation happening. As you inhale, expand the chest here. Broaden, create more space. Send the breath directly to the heart. And then as you exhale, release the breath from the body. Maybe find a slight tuck of the chin towards the chest. Beautiful. Let's bring the hands to heart center. Thank you so much for practicing with me and creating some connection on our mat and in your body as we spend just a little bit of time in a few different poses, working towards stillness and grounding and connection. And I hope that that's what you're feeling in your body. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. I'll see you in the next video.